Welcome back to yet another project video. In this project, you're going to launch your first ever 100% custom decentralized exchange where user will launch their token, add the liquidity, create the liquidity, remove the liquidity and see all the trades that are happening in the liquidity which they have created. They have the full control over their liquidity model where they can see the transaction and all the trade. Every single contract we have coded in this particular project is 100% independent and custom contract. We have the token router, token factory, token pair, quotation price. Every single thing is fully flexible and custom, and that's what it's make 100% decentralized. So let me give you a complete walkthrough of all the feature and functionality we have included in this custom decentralized exchange where user can perform all sort of trade of their cryptocurrency. Let me give you a complete walkthrough of all the feature and functionality we have included and how the entire UI would look like. So right now you will find that I'm here in my dashboard section. So the very first section we have in our dashboard is our header section. We have called our logo. Here you will find the menu, different tabs. You can click on this explore. We have the token. There you will find all the token we have. We have the pools. Then you will find all the pool and the transaction happening on our exchange. We have the swap, we have the liquidity, we have the launch token, we have the dashboard. Currently I'm in here, and here we have the documentation where user can see all the contract details. If they want to connect with our exchange with the SDK model or contract addresses, which they can do that, which I will show you. So this is what we have in our header section. Here we have the active network. Currently I'm testing on localhost, but you can deploy to any network, Binance, Ethereum, Polygon, Avalanche. All you have to do is to deploy the contract, and you will find the details of your wallet which you have connected. You can copy or you can disconnect. So that's what we have in the header section. And here we have our dashboard overview. So this is the wallet address. You can find the different tab. You can go back to the swap paid, add liquidity and launch token. Here you will find the overall stats about our project. You will see the wallet address, total number of swap you have done, total number of liquidity position you have created, and total token you have launched. So total swap, position, token created and activity score we have. So this is the last token which I have created and last transaction we have performed. 5 liquidity, 5 pools, and here you will find all the recent activity which you have done in this exchange for swap, adding liquidity, updating the token, creating the token. That's all you will find. That's what we have in the overview. You can come back to my token, and here you will find all the token which you have launched through this exchange. So currently I have created this 4 token, but you can launch as many as you want. You can click on this arrow and you will find the complete details about the token, the name, addresses, and the total transaction got performed. So you can see the details about the token and the images. That's all you will find. But you can also come back to the transaction section and you can see the recent trade happened on the exchange in the liquidity we have added. So someone have bought the token and added the liquidity and performed the swap. That's all you will find. So if I come back here, I can go back to the next one and see all the trades have taken place. So there is no trade happen in this ETH. If I come back here, I can see the trades happen in the stable coin which I have launched, and then you will find all the details about the stable coins, the USDT, and here you will find the details. So there you will find all the details about the token which you have created. Now you can come back to the swap and you can see all the swaps happen of the liquidity pool which you have created. You can see the liquidity which you have added, the pool addresses, the token, the last updated. You can come back to the pool. There you will find the details about the pools and their addresses. You can come back to the activity, and then you will find all the recent activity which you have performed in the exchange, creating token, performing the liquidity swap. That's all you will find. So this is what exactly you will find. So that's what we have in our dashboard. I'll show you all the transaction, but let me first show you the entire UI. So I'll simply click here and go back to the home page, and we have 2 different landing page. This one is the simplest version where I'm giving all the details, but we have another landing page where we're displaying in brief about the project. So we can promote that, which I will show you. So this is the first landing page we have. I can simply click here and I can click on this token and it will take me to the token page. There I can see all the token got listed on the exchange. So we have total token, total swap and verification. You can also filter the token based on this. So I can type USDC and I can able to filter that token. If I want to launch the token, I can simply click on this launch and I can go back to the launch token page, and here you will find all the details. If you want to see the pools which user have created, I can click on the pools, and then you will find all the pools which listed on the exchange and user have added. So we have total pool 5, total swap performed in those pool is 8, and total liquidity provider we have is 6. So if you want to explore any pool, you can simply click on this and it will take you to the detail page, and then you can able to understand the entire market cap which added in this particular pool. So you can see this is the pool we have. This is the 2 pair we have created. It's currently active. This is the fee ratio. This is the total value locked. This is the hourly value, this is the fee, and we have the total swap. You can see the total worth of transaction took place, and you can over it up and you can see the transaction detail. You can also change the graph look, and I have performed a lot of transaction at this particular time. So that's all you will find. You can see the pool balance, which is reflecting here. You can see the TVL value and all of these details, and you can see the transaction happen and how user have performed it. So that's all you will find. Now let me go back in the pool section. You can explore other pools. I can go with this and I can explore this pool as well. You can see the pool I have created between ETH and USDC and the trade. That's all I will find. All the transaction, the sale and bought, the transaction took place in this. That's all I will find. So this is the pool details section. I can come back to the transaction section, and there I will find all the transaction happening in our decentralized exchange between different pools. You can see the amount in, amount out, transaction hash, time, the swap routers, the wallets. That's all you will find. So this is what we have in the explore section. Now you can come back to the swap, and there you will have the swap model. So we have this beautiful hero section. We can see the details we are displaying. You can click here to add the liquidity. You can launch your token, or if you want, you can perform the trade. So I can click on this and I can select the token which I want. So we have all of this token. We have the popular token, we have the stable coins, and we have the trading tokens, and we have the import. If you have an address, you can import that token as well. So let's come back here. I'll go back to the all, and here you will find all the token which we have in the exchange. So all I have to do, if I want to perform the swap, I can give the quantity and it's going to tell me the output, that how much I will get. I can click on the swap and the transaction is going to be performed. All I have to do is to simply confirm the transaction and the transaction taking place. You can simply pick any pool and you can perform the trade. If you go, you can go with this USDC and you can pick with, let's say, I can go with the USDC. I can simply give my, and this is the ratio, the pool and the fee, that slippage, that's all you will find. You can also control the slippage which you want from here, and you can perform the trade. Let's click on that, click on this trade, confirm, and the transaction is completed and perform the swap in the decentralized exchange. So this is the hero section. If you come back here, you will find all the details about the model and the protocol which we are following. This is the pool fee, the LPA, no custodial, we have the market formula, and here you will find the recent activities taking place, and you have performed all the trades. You can see the pools we have interacted, you can see the token we have listed, and here you will find that how it will work. We have given all the details like instant swap, on LPA, launch token, and real-time analytic, how it will work, connect your wallet, select the amount, and confirm the transaction. So this is our swap page. Now, if you come back to the liquidity, here you will find the complete liquidity which is available in the marketplace which you have created. So if you want to add liquidity, you can click here and you can add the liquidity. But if you want to explore your already created liquidity, you can explore that. So this is the liquidity I have created between ETH and USDT. So I can click here and I can see the liquidity details. So this is the balance, LPA balance, this is the pool width, this is the pool USDT, and this is the pool share. If you want, you can remove the liquidity or you can simply add the liquidity as well. For example, if I want to remove the liquidity, for example, 25%, I can click on this remove liquidity, and here the transaction is happening. I'll click on this confirm and the liquidity would be removed. I have to click on this confirm and the liquidity is removed. If you want, you can remove more liquidity. So I'll simply close this one. If I want to remove the liquidity from this particular pool, which give you the full control. So I want to remove the liquidity, let's say 25%. Click on this remove liquidity and click on this confirm. And that's how you can control your liquidity, and you can remove from the exchange and you can have in your wallet address. If you want to add the liquidity, you can add that very easily. You can pick the existing liquidity. You can add the liquidity. So to add the liquidity, you can come back here, and from here you can select the token pair. So I'll come back here and I select the token pair, let's say ETH, and I will select the token. The next pair is TBC, and you will find that the pair does not exist. So I'll simply click on this continue, and here I have to set the price. So the price I want to set, let's say 1000 token in 1 ETH, and I will give my quantity. I'll say 40, and you will find this much token I'm depositing in the liquidity. I click on this add liquidity, and here the liquidity would be added. Let's click on this confirm, and the transaction is completed and we have added the liquidity. If I added the liquidity, the liquidity is available in the exchange. If I come back to my liquidity section, there you will find the recent liquidity we have added, which has all the models. So if you come back here, this is the one we have added, not this one. This is the one we have added just now. So that's how you can add the liquidity, or you can create a new pool. If you want, you can create one more. You can come back here. You can select any pool. You can go with this one, or you can go with this TBC, and the pool is already exists. We have this much balance. So I can simply continue and I can fund more token. Let's say I want to give 500. Click on this add liquidity and click on this confirm. And we have added the liquidity and funded our pair. so user can perform the trade. So that's how you can add the liquidity. If you want, you can come back to the swap and you can perform the swap. So let's select this one and I want to go with, let's say, USDC, select with USDT and I want to go with 45 and you will have this output. Let's click on the swap and click on this confirm. So that's how you can add the liquidity, remove the liquidity and perform the trade on the exchange. So here you can control all the liquidity which you have created. You can come back here and you can create a liquidity. Now come back to the token launch. So click here. If you don't have your token, you can create your token and you can launch it straight away. So I'll simply come back here and I can select an image of my token. So for example, I will go with this one. Select this one. This is the image and I want to call, let's say, trading. I'll say CT and you can decide the supply you want. So I'll go with 1 million. 18 decimal, I can click on this deploy token and it's going to create the token for me. Let's click on this confirm and it's going to perform 2 transactions. Let's click on this confirm. So when the user will create the token, they're going to pay the commission for the token and then they will create the token. So here we have launched the token, we got the confirmation. Now you can come back to the explore token section and you will find your token is automatically added on the exchange, but there is no trade. If you go back to your dashboard, you can see the token which you have created just now. If you go back here, you can see this is the token we have launched. Click here and right now you will find the details. There is no transaction in that. Now, if you want to add the liquidity to this new token, you can do that. You can come back to the liquidity, click here and I want to create the liquidity between the stable coin or you can go with ETH. But let's go with ETH and I select the next pair which I have with this one. The pool doesn't exist. Click on this continue. I have to decide the price. So I want to give, let's say, 1000 token in 1 ETH. Let's deposit that one. So I'll deposit my 10 ETH. And this much token. You can see the details about the price and the ratio value. That's all you will have. Click on this approve and you're going to approve your token. Let's click on this confirm and the transaction is happening. Let's click it confirm and you have successfully added your pool. If you go back to the liquidity model, there you will find the liquidity you have created. That's what you have added. If you want to add more fund, you can simply select that one, go back to the pools which you have selected and you can add this exist. Click on this, add more. I'll go with, let's say, 5 and 5,000. Click on this and it's going to perform the trade. Let's click on this confirm and the liquidity is added. We have funded more liquidity into our existing liquidity which we have. Now if I come back to the shop, I can able to perform the swap very easily. So this is the pool we have created. I'll select the pool and let's give that 1 ETH and I will get this much token. Let's click on this swap and the trade is going to happen. Let's click on this confirm and the transaction is completed and we have swapped the token. Perfect. So that's how you can launch the token and simply create the liquid instantly. If you come back to the dashboard, there you will find all the details, all the transaction which you have performed. Just now you have created 2 liquidity and that's what it's reflecting. Come back to the token, there you will find the token which you have created. If you come back to the swap, you can see the swaps you have performed. Come back to the liquidity you have performed. The pools, the activity which you have performed on the exchange, adding liquidity, creation token, that's all you will find. You can click on this add liquidity and it will take you to the add liquidity. If you come back here, if you go back to the token launch, you will come back to the token launch. Now let me show you how the DApp will look. If you click here, you will come back to the documentation section and there you will have all the details about the contract, about this exchange. So user can connect with our exchange by taking the addresses and the details right up here. So you can see this is the overview of our exchange. What is this? How the user will interact with the DEX router, DEX factory, token factory and DEX pair. They will find all the information and the logic which we are following, how they can start quickly and all of this summary. If you come back to the integration level, they will have the complete guide that how they can add the network, how they can simply install dependency. That's all they have. The swap model, that's all we have. All the details we have given about the output of the error. If you come back to the SDK and the Wing provider, how they can connect, all of these details they have given. So they can interact with our exchange. If you come back to the contract addresses, there they will have it. So they will have the details about the token and the addresses. Right now I have deployed Ethereum localhost. That's the network I have, but you can simply update that and here you will find the addresses. So user can simply copy the addresses and get the details and they can simply connect and perform the trade. You will see the router, they can get the ABI of the contract which they can pass and they can interact. If you come back to the router, there you will find the details about the models, the function we have and the ABI. That's all you will find. If you come back to the factory, they can get all the details. If you go back to the token factory, we have all the main structure which they can simply copy and interact. If you come back to the pair, there you will have all the details. So we have given complete details so they can simply call in their application. If you come back to the FAQ, they have the full details and they can simply read about it. They can read about it. So it's a really powerful application. I hope you have understood that how every single thing is coming together. They can explore the token, they can perform the swap, and they can do all sort of work. I can come back here, I can simply perform the trade, and I can perform the transaction. So if I want, I can simply, let's say I can go with like 0.4, and you can see I have get this much token. I can click on this swap and the transaction is happening. I'm performing the trade. Let's click on this confirm and the trade is happening. If I come back to the pool, there you will see that this is the token, the newly pool created we have, this one. I'll simply click here and you will find it will take me to the pool detail page, and there you will see the trade I have done, that how much money I have spent. That's all you can do. All the transaction we have performed, how much quantity we have spent, how much money we have bought. So it's a really powerful project. I hope you have understood. If I show you the actual landing page and hit enter, you will find that this is the landing page which I have created, which is going to be used for promotion. So you can come back here, you can see we have this beautiful landing page which you can simply promote to attract user to your exchange. So we have the header section, we have the hero section where we are displaying the details. This is the model we have the details about the user, how the entire exchange would work, how it's work, and we are giving a couple of features: swap, liquidity, launch token, and we have the pricing system. We have for swap fee, we have the token launch fee, we have the LPA is none, we have the protocol fee is 0. That's all you will have. So it's a really powerful project. I hope you have understood that what are the feature and functionality we have included and how user can able to perform the trade. Every single thing is dynamic. We are not calling any external model. Every single thing is customized, which you can launch to any network. Any network. I can come back to the dashboard. I can see all the trades which I have performed. I can go back to the liquidity and I can see the liquidities which I have here, and I can also switch my network. If I switch my network, you can see that the data is going to reflect based on the wallet you are connected. So I'll select here and you can see this wallet have created only one liquidity, and that's what is there. If I go back to my dashboard, you will find this wallet has performed only few transactions, only launch one, no token launch. That's all you will find. If I want, I can simply come back here in the launch and I can create a token from this. I can simply click here and I'll select this one. I can take the image, I'll say exchange, and I can simply call this, copy, paste here, and I want to have the same supply. Decimal is going to be the exactly, and click here and you will find that first we are paying the commission. It will go to my wallet address because I am the admin of the creator, and now I'm going to simply allow the user to create the token, and they have their token created. Now they can come back here in the dashboard, they will find their token is created successfully and they will get the details. Now if they want, they can simply add the liquidity. I can come back here and they can create another liquidity. I click here and simply click. Now they have the options, so I'll simply go back to the add liquidity, click here, and they will have the option. So I'll go with this stable coin because I have that, and I will pick the decent token which I have created, this one. There is no liquidity available. Click on this. I have to decide the price, so I want to give, let's say 100 token in one stable coin, and I have to simply submit that one. So I'll submit 50 stable coin and I'm submitting this token. Now click on this proof exchange. First we have to approve. Let's click on this confirm and let's confirm the token as well. So we have successfully added the liquidity. Now you can come back to the liquidity. You will find the liquidity is available. You can see the LP balance. That's all you will have. If you want, you can add more liquidity. Now you can come back here in the swap and you can perform the trade, because without liquidity you cannot able to perform the trade. So this is the liquidity we have created, and this is the new token we have. Now if I want to perform, let's say, you can see we can able to do that. Let's click on the swap and we are performing the swap. So this is how you can launch your token and create the liquidity straight away. It's really powerful. I hope you have understood all the feature and functionality we have included and how every single thing would be working. It's really powerful. Every single thing is fully custom, fully flexible, and every single module is looking absolutely great. You will see all the trades are happening, all the swaps are happening, all the transaction happening. That's all you will find. So this one is the 100% decentralized exchange which you can launch on any network. So now let me provide you all the assets which you need to develop this project, including the final source code. So if you want to launch straight away, you can do that. So I'll provide the link in the description. You can click on that, or you can open a new tab and type the blockchain coder. You will come back to our blockchain coder, and here you will find all the project we have developed. So we have 160 plus project. So make sure to build at least 5 of them. Make sure to log in. Once you will log in, you will get this option called source code, and here you will find all the project we have built. So you can check all 160 project. You can simply click here and you can click on this recent project. Click here, click on the recent project, and here you will find the complete assets. So click on this, you will come back here, click on the starter file, and it will take you to GitHub. And here you can able to find the complete architecture we have designed for this particular project and how our decentralized exchange exactly work. So make sure to clone this repository and save it in your system So when the complete project will come, we can start following together. Now let me show you that once you will take the final source code, how you have to do the setup and run the project. So come back here to the blockchain coder and get the final source code. When you will take it, you will give your valuable contribution to my team to bring more tutorial like it. So let me show you how you can do the setup and test every single thing. Once you will download the final source code, you will get the zip file. Make sure to extract this file and you will get this folder in which you will have the complete source code of the project which you have seen. Contract, front end, packages and our backend. So this is what exactly you will get in the complete source code. I'm using Mac. So I will simply double click on this and it will extract this folder. But if you are using Windows, Linux, make sure to install a zip extractor. Once you extract this folder, and this is the one you have to open in your VS Code. So let's click on my VS Code. I'll go back to open, go back to desktop and select the folder we have extracted. So select that one, click on open. Now let me give you a complete walkthrough of the entire architecture, that what are the contract we have and how we have to do the entire setup so we can test in our system. So make sure to understand every single thing about this particular project which I'm going to tell you, that how you can do the setup. So once you will open the project, you will get these folders and file. So the very first folder we have is the contract, in which you will have the entire contract for our decentralized exchange. We have our independent exchange. We are not using any libraries, any framework. We have written the complete contract purely in Solidity programming language. So you will find this contract in which you will find all the multiple contract we have. So we have the core in which you will find the DEX-Exchange 20, factory, pair. These are the code contracts you will find. Don't need to make any changes. Every single thing is dynamic. I'll tell you what are the changes you can do. First, test the way it is. Once you understand every single thing, after that, do all the changes based on the branding you want to impose. So that's what we have in the core. Come back to the interface. Here you will find all the interface for our contract like call, factory, pair, wrap. That's all we have here. So this is our interface. Come back to the mock. We have our mock ERC20 token and with which we're going to use it for testing and performing the transaction. Come back here in the periphery, and this is the contract libraries we have. We have the libraries in which you will find the entire pair calculation, the reverse model, the pricing, the input and output. That's all you will find. If you come back to the router, so this is our router contract, which is going to handle the entire transaction, give you the estimated output which you can expect. So it's 100% independent contract we have. So this is our router contract. Let's close this one. Come back to the token, and here we have this ERC20 token template contract. So we are also allowing user to create the token, and straight away they can launch into the liquidity and list in the exchange. So this is the template contract. We're going to use it as a reference. If you come back to the token factory contract, here we have that one. So here we have all the structure which we're going to target when the user will try to create their token. So that's what you will have here. Let's close this one, close this one. So this is all the contract we have in our contract decentralized exchange. Now come back to the deployer. So we have this multiple deployer script. We have the deployer with, we have the factory, router, token factory, and the addresses. That's all you will find for the router. So just keep it every single thing as it is. Don't need to make any changes. Every single thing is dynamic. Close this one, come back to the types. So in which we have defined all the packages, all the libraries, the models which we are using as a reference types, and open zipping is really powerful. So we are using some of the token features, some of the exchange features, some of the address validation. That's all we have, in which we have keeping all of this interface. So just keep it as it is. Don't make any changes. And that's what we have here. We have the contracts. We have our factories, in which you will find the factory models we have in the open zipping. And here we have the common, handler, and indexing. That's all is there. So just keep it every single thing as it is. Got it? Close this one. Close this one. Come back to the environment variable. Very important. No matter which network you want to deploy, I'm going to do all the transaction in the local environment, but you can deploy to Polygon, Ethereum, any other network like Binance. It's 100% compatible. So if you come back here I have done the configuration. So here you have to provide the wallet private key. And this is the RPC node because I'm going to deploy using Hardhat local node. That's the node I have provided. But if you want to deploy to any other network, you can simply provide to that particular network RPC endpoint. So this is what we have. Now come back to the Hardhat setup. Here you will find the complete details that what exactly you need to test this particular project in your Hardhat environment. So we're going to use the Node 20 or /20 version. If you don't know how to install Node in your system, make sure to watch this video in which I have explained. And by default, when you will use Hardhat for deploying and testing your contract, by default, Hardhat will use this particular void address as an admin. And this is how you can do the setup of the network in your wallet. So that's what you will find. Here you will find the quick notice, and when you will start running the node using Hardhead will give you 20 plus account, which you can simply import in your MetaMask and do all the testing, create the wallet, create the liquidity, buy the swap. That's all you can do. And by default, Hardhead will use this particular account for deploying, and it will become the admin of the contract. So this is what you have. Let's close this one, come save it, come back to the Hardhead config, and then you will find the entire configuration. So right now we have done the configuration for localhost, but if you want to deploy to Ethereum, Polygon, you can simply provide the actual detail here and it will be configured. So that's what we have. Don't you make any changes. Come back to the packages and file, and here you will find all the details about the package and the model we are using. So you can see we are using totally independent architecture. We are not using any external library, any decentralized exchange. We are building our own from scratch. So you will find the details, you will find the common script we have for compilation, test, deployment, and node running. That's all you will find. And here you will find the packages we are using, the toolbox, Hardhead verification. So every single thing is good. Just keep it as it is. Close this one. Come back to the TS configuration. So this is the configuration we have done for global scope. So it can work absolutely perfectly. So this is what we have. Let's close this one. So this is what exactly you will get in the contract, because this is a decentralized exchange where we have multiple contracts which are going to communicate with one another to provide all the features. So this is the contract. Now come back to the front end. Here you will find that this is the complete code for our front end where we're going to interact with our contract, which is deployed on the blockchain, and we are providing all the facilities. So first thing is so the first folder we have is the public, in which we have the icons we have keep. If you want to keep any other assets, you can keep that. So we have the ETH icon, USDC and USDT. You can keep all the images which you want right up here in the public. So let's close this one. This is what we have in the public. Now come back to the SRC, which is the most important, where you will have all the logic, all the code for our application. So the very first folder we have inside this SRC is our app, in which you will find all the endpoints, all the modules we have designed for this to communicate with our smart contract. So first thing we have is the API, in which you will find we have multiple API. One is for pair, which will make a request to our backend and the database and the contract. So we have used the combination of the centralized system and a decentralized system. So we are keeping only sensitive data about the pool, liquidity on the exchange, but some of the regular data about the user wallet we are keeping on our database, and that's what you will find here. So this is our pair. If you come back to the token, this is our token endpoints. If you come back to the uploads, this is our upload endpoint, where user can upload the images and they can create the token and straight away add into the liquidity. So this is what you will find in the API. Now come back to the dashboard. Here you will find the endpoint for the dashboard, because we have to get the data from the contract and from the backend to display in our system, in our application. So there you will find the complete code. You can see I'm getting this red warning. It's not an error. I'm using a different configuration in my prettier. That's why I'm getting this warning. So just skip it as it is. So this is what we have in the dashboard. If you come back to the documentation, we are providing all the documentation to the users, so they can simply see the contract addresses, and if they want to interact with our contract, they want to interact with our exchange with the help of the contract, they can do that. So this is the contract page we have the factory, we have the FAQ, we have the integration, we have the overview, pair, router addresses, SDK model, token factory, layout, pages. So that's all is there. So we are providing the entire documentation for our exchange, so user can interact and they can simply communicate and perform all the trade on our exchange. So this is what we have in the doc. Now come back to the Explorer, in which you will find that we have three different type of Explorer. One is the Pool Explorer, Pools Explorer, in which you will find, and we can able to get all the data about the transaction, the trade is happening, about the frequent purchase is happening. So this is the Pool Explorer we have. We have the next one we have is the token, where you can able to explore the details about the token, and we have the transaction which is happening in our exchange. So that's the layout and the pages you will find. So this is what you will have in your Explorer. Close this one, come back to the landing page, and this is the advanced landing page we have designed. So you can use this landing page to promote and run any kind of promotional campaign and ad campaign. And if you want to customize it, you can simply do the customization. You can change the title and description. That's all you can do. You can change the FAQ section. That's all the control you will have. You can also change the menu. Every single thing is absolutely customizable. So let's close this one. So this is our landing page. Now come back to the launch. And this will allow the user to create their token. If they don't have the token, they want to launch it straight away, and they can simply add the liquidity in the exchange. So this is the token launch page. Now come back here. Here we have the liquidity, where the user can add the liquidity, remove the liquidity. That's all they can do. So if we come back here, come back to the add there you will find that this is the complete code which allows the user to add the liquidity in the existing pool, or they can create the liquidity. We have the remove, so they can remove the liquidity from the pool, from the exchange. And here we have the main page where we are rendering liquidity page. So let's close this one, close this one, close this one, and close this one. So this is the liquidity. Now we have the swap. The user can able to perform the trade and swap the token. That's all they can do. So you can able to customize it based on the design you want, but I would suggest you to first test the way I'm doing it. After that, make all the changes. So let's close this one. So this is what we have in the swap, and we have the global CSS, in which you will find that we are using Tailwind CSS, which is really powerful. And if you know Tailwind CSS, then you can able to make all the customization. But first, I would suggest you test the way it is. Once you understand every single thing, after that, make all the changes. We have the layout, which is the main layout, where we have defined the name and the title of our project. You can change that and you can add your branding. You can see the notification models we are using. So if you want to change the coloring for the notification toaster, you can do that. And if you come back to the pages, here you will find the complete details about the pages. So if you want to change the details and the title, that's all you can able to provide here. So this is what we have exactly in the complete app folder, which is the endpoint, the pages, that's all we have. Now come back to the next folder, which is component, in which you will find all the component we are using as a reusable model in our entire application. So we have the dashboard, where you will find the activity feed, token table, liquidity, traded card, swap history, token details, user pool tab. That's all you will find. If you come back to the docs, there you will find the doc components. That's all we have here. If you come back to the launch, you will find the launch form we have for the token. We have the layouts, we have the liquidity, we have the swap, and we have the UI, which is a reusable model for button, dialog, input, and token login. So that's what we have. And if you come back to the Web3, we have this Web3 Connect, which allows us to communicate and connect with the wallet. We'll have the network switcher, so you can add more network if you want. You can control that's from here. So this is our network section we have, and the component. So let's close this one. So that's what we have in the component. If you come back to the config, here you will find the details. So if you come back to the network, so here you can able to configure the network which you want to deploy and support. So it's very straightforward. You can update in your environment variable, and every single thing be automatically updated. So this is what we have. If you come back to the token, you will find that this is what we are using in the local host by default. So we're going to create and deploy a token, and this is going to be the admin, which is going to be utilized as a Wrapmati. But if you go into Ethereum, Polygon, Binance, you can find the address of Wrapmati, and that's what you can provide here. So it will automatically get applied. So that's what you will find. It's very straightforward. Close this one, come back to the hooks, and we have some data structure which we are using. All of this model we have, which allows us to get the data about the pools and the liquidity. That's all we can do it. So let's close this one, We have the UI. We have the Web3 models, which allow us to convert, add the liquidity, all the pairs. That's all we have here. So it's very straightforward. Don't need to make any changes. You can simply launch straight away. You can come back to the library. There you will find the library we have for the contracts, and we have the ABI for all of these different pairs. So I would suggest you don't need to make any changes. First test the way I'm doing it. Once you understand that, after that, make all the changes. So this is all the ABI we have for our contract. Let's close this one, We have the types. There you will find that we are importing the ABIs and we are exposing in all our places. Close this one, come back to the Decentralized Exchange. We have the constants, where we're defining the data and the fixed value which we want. We have the math, we have the pricing, that's all is there. If you come back here and go back to the Supabase, there you will find the structure we are using for clients and the type. Then we have the Wing config file, which allows us to communicate with our Web3 wallet provider. So this is the configuration model we have used. Perfect. And we have this one. So let's close this library. So you don't make any changes. Every single thing is dynamic. I'm just showing you this so you can understand that where you can find what you want. So come back to the provider, and here we have the Web3 provider, which allows us to communicate with our wallet. So that's what we have it. Close this one, come back to the store, and we have this particular model like setting store, swap store, and token list store. So these are some data which we're going to store, and that's what we're going to retrieve during the transaction calls. So that's what we have. Let's close this one. We have the type. Again, we have the type of the chain which we want to receive. We have the pair, and we have the token. So every single thing is dynamic. Don't need to make any changes. Let's close this one. So that's what you will have in the entire folder. Now, the most important thing, and this is the place where you have to make the changes only. So come back to the environment variable, and these are the variables you have to get. First, you have to get your Supabase credential, because we're going to keep less sensitive data we're going to keep on our database. Then we have to get our Pinata API key, secret key, which allow the user to upload the logo of their token. You have to get your wallet project ID. We're going to get it. You have to keep the price ratio as it is. You can see that this much price we are charging when the user will create the token, but you can adjust the pricing. And here you have to provide where you want to receive the fund. So when the user will create the token, you have to give the wallet address where you want to receive the fund. And here you can do the network configuration. So these network configuration can apply in the entire front end. So if you want to deploy on Binance, any other network, you can simply do the configuration and it will be apply automatically. And here you can also provide the details. So currently I'm testing on Ethereum. So I have called ETH, Ether, ETH and decimal point. And here you have to provide the contract addresses. And this one is very important. So you have to get your factory address, router address, token factory address and the WETH address. So these are the contract we're going to use it, which is going to provide the entire ecosystem. And this is the 4 contract you will find in all of these exchanges, contract addresses. And we're going to get it all of this together. That's the only place where you have to provide all of this credential and it will work absolutely fine. So let's close this one. And here we have some regular file next configuration we have done for global scope. We have the package.json file, which is the most stable version. So no matter when you are developing this project, after 5 years, 10 years, as long as you follow this complete project straight away, the way I'm doing it, every single thing would be working absolutely fine. We have the post CSS, Tailwind config file and the builder. So that's all you will find. So every single thing is 100% customizable and very flexible. You don't need to make any changes because every single thing is ready to launch. So all you have to do is to get your environment variable, which we're going to get it together. And that's what you will find inside this front end. Let's close this one and come back to the next one, which is the super base, where you will have this function in which you will find this shares, in which you will find all of these details. Let's close this one, come back to the event model, and there you will find this event models we have for the entire structure. And we have the main one, which is the index metadata, and that's what you will find. If you close this one, come back to the next one, which is a super base setup. And this one is the most advanced one. All you have to do is to simply copy this entire schema model, and that's what we're going to activate into our database. And that's the only thing you have to do. I'll tell you how you can do that. Just wait and watch this video till the end. So let's close this one and close this one. We have the git ignore. We have the package.json file, which is the most stable version, which you can have a look. And we have the readme file there. I have given all the important details about the project and the link which you can have a look. So this is what exactly you will find in the complete full and fast structure we have in this particular project. It's really advanced and it is ready to launch no matter which network you want to deploy. So it looks absolutely powerful. So now you have understood the complete architecture. Now we can start launching this project and doing the setup. So the very first thing we have to do is to open up our terminal and deploy our contract. That's the first thing we have to do. So open up our terminal and you can see I'm in the main directory, Crypto DeFi Exchange DApp. I'm in the main directory. So I have to go inside this directory. So if I show you the node version I have in my system, you will find that I have this node version in my system. You can use this one or you can use 20, both will work fine. And if I show you my NPM version, I have this one. So which is very much compatible with this particular project. I'll clear up my terminal now. I have to go inside this directory. So I'll say cd contracts and I'm into this contract directory. Now the very first thing I have to do is to install the packages. Install all of these packages we have to do. So simply type npm I, hit enter, and it's going to do the installation in this directory and we are ready to simply deploy our contract. So just wait. This might take a little bit time depending on your system, how fast your internet speed. So just wait. And finally, we are done with the installation and you can see that we are getting a couple of depreciated and these warning. Don't need to make any changes. We are following on stable version and the secure model. Don't need to run any one of this command, otherwise it will change the package version and it will not work. So once you're done with the installation, you will find your node modules in which you will find all the packages. We are done with the first stage and we have done the installation. Now let me clear up my terminal. So I'm done with the installation. Now what I will do, I'll come back here and you will find that here you have to paste your private key. So I have given this one and you can simply drag it here. And by default, Hardhead will use this particular account for deployment. But if you are deploying to any other network, make sure to get your private key correctly for that particular network. So I'll simply copy that one and that's what I have to simply paste here. So I got my private key. That's the second thing. Now I'm ready to deploy my contract. So I come back to the package.json file and this is the command I'm going to run. First, I'm going to compile it. So first I have to run this command. This one. This will initialize our local blockchain. So what I will do, I'll simply type npm run node, hit enter, and it will start our local blockchain. You will see soon it will be activated and it's going to give you all the details which you can use to connect with the wallet, and it will give you the addresses which I have already copied and pasted here. So just wait, it's taking a little bit time. Soon it will be log the details right up here. It will start. Now if you come back here, you will see that we have also done the compilation of our contract and it's generated the artifact in which you will have the complete ABA of all the contracts we have here. You can see it's generated the entire contract addresses and we have deployed the contract in the hardhat environment. And here you got the final deployment logs, the addresses of the contract, which you can simply copy and paste. If you come back here in the deployment, then you will find the deployment addresses, you will find the local addresses and all the ABI which is going to be reflecting here. So we have successfully done the deployment and run the project. So once you're done with that, now you can simply come back here and you can simply copy this particular deployment details. Now you can simply minimize this one, come back here in the front end, go back here, and here you have to simply paste those addresses. So I can simply bring it here, and this is the addresses. First I have to paste in the factory, copy, will go to factory, then I have to paste to the router. So this is our router address. We got the router address. Now we have to get our token factory, and that's what we have to paste here, token factory. And the last one is going to be our WETH model. So copy that one, and that's what you have to paste here. So we get all the contract addresses perfectly. We got all the contracts deployed successfully. We got into our front end. Looks great. Now I'll simply close this one and minimize this one. Let's bring it back. Let me zoom out a bit. So this is what we have here. Make sure to split a terminal. So make sure this should be running. Don't need to stop this one. This should be running. I'll split the terminal and you will find that here I am in another terminal, and there if you want you can simply redeploy the contract and test. You will get exactly the same thing. So if I come back here in the front end, and if you come back here in the package.json file, we have this particular command which we can execute. So you can simply come back here, copy this one, and you can type npm run and paste the address and hit enter. You will find that it's going to compile our contract and it will generate the addresses. So it will give you the same addresses and it will go to redeploy the contract. Got it? So we have this, and we got all of that. So our contract is successfully deployed. Make sure this should be running. Now you can come back here, split another terminal, and you will find that we are in this particular directory. So let's close this one because we are done with the contract deployment. I'll close this one as well. Now we have to come back to the front end. So I'll simply type cd ... and I'm out of this directory. Let me bring this one. We are on the main directory. Now we have to go inside this directory front end. So I'll say cd front end, and you will find that I'm into the front end directory. Now we have to do the installation of the packages right up here in the front end. So this is the packages we have to install. Simply type npm I, hit enter, and it's going to do the installation of the package. So again, I'm telling you, don't need to change the package version when you are watching. It will work absolutely fine, and just follow the way I'm doing the setup. Okay, every single thing would be working absolutely fine. So just wait. It's going to install the packages and we are ready to start our application. Finally, the installation is completed. You can see we're getting depreciated and a couple of warnings. Simply ignore that one. Now clear up your terminal. So we're done with that. We have deployed our contract, got the addresses, and make sure this should be running. Keep this one as it is. Now, before we run our front end, we have to get the other environment variable. So I'll simply close this one and I'm going to bring this down. Now come back to the front end, go back to the environment variables, and here we have to grab all of this variable one by one. So we have done with the addresses, which is fine. We have the native currency, fine, network configuration is good. Now we have to get the addresses where I want to receive the funds. So first, what I will do, I'll come back to my browser. I'll click on my MetaMask, and you will find that, let me first log in. You will find that I already have localhost configured in my MetaMask. But if in your case, if you don't have configured, let me show you how you can do that. So first I will delete this localhost, and localhost is deleted and I don't have localhost in my MetaMask. So I can configure it manually. So before I do that, let me show you. I'll come back here and you will find that these are the two accounts which I have imported is from hardhat. So let me delete this one to show you that how you can import the account as well. So this one is gone. I'll come back here and I'm going to delete this as well. And let's remove this one. So we have also removed the hardhat account and entire hardhat setup. So first thing, I'm going to add the network. So I'll simply click here, go back to the custom and click on this add custom network. Make sure your local test network is activated. So you can come back here and you come back to the network and you have to activate the test network. So it's going to display. Now click on this add custom network and you will come back here and you can simply provide these details. So I'll simply come back here and I'm going to copy these details. So localhost, let's call this localhost. I have to provide the RPC node provider. So this is the node provider you have to simply copy, and that's what you have to paste here. So simply select and click on this add. It's added, and now we have to add the chain ID. So this is the chain ID you have to add, 31337. So this is the chain ID we have for the localhost. Got it? Now we can come back here. You can also add the symbol, which is the ETH, and that's what I'm going to add it. So you can come back here. It says go, but I will add ETH. Let's add ETH and click on this add save, and it will be saved. So our localhost is saved successfully in our MetaMask. That's the first thing. Now we have to simply add the network, add the wallet addresses. So you will find here we got this one. This is the contract, and here I have given the hard hat setup. So first thing, you have to import this particular account because this is the account we have used for deploying the contract. So simply copy that one, and you can come back here, go back to this and go back to the add wallet, click on this import, paste here and click on this import, and you will find the wallet is imported here. If you select that one, you will find the fund is reflecting it has less fund because this account got used for deploying the contract. So if you want to make the changes in the name, I can come back here and I can call it 1 and I can click on this save. So this is my hard hat account. In the same way, if I want to add more account, I can simply copy, and that's what I can simply paste. So this is account number 2. I'll click on this, paste here, click on this import, and I can simply change the name. So I'll say hard hat 2 and click on the confirm. So that's how you can import all the wallets which you have right up here in your hard hat, because hard hat will give you 20+ account which you can use for testing. So perfect. Now you can come back here. I'll select this one because this is the admin which we used for deploying the contract. So that's how you can do the configuration of your wallet. And I want to receive the commission in this particular wallet. So I'll simply copy this address. So whenever the user will create the token, I'm going to receive the commission for this wallet. So that's the wallet address I'm going to provide. So let's close this one, come back to the front end, go back to the environment variables, and that's the receiver address where I will receive the fund. So this is the fund, this is the token creation fund, this is good. Now here you have to provide these 3 credentials. So first thing, we have to get our wallet connect, and I have already given you this link. Simply copy that one, come back here, open a new tab, paste here, hit enter, and you will come back to this side. It's a powerful platform which allows you to connect with multiple wallets. So I already have my accounts. Make sure to create your account, verify your account, then you will have this particular dashboard. Click on this and it will take you to your dashboard. Then you will find all the project which you have created. So I have already created a bunch of project, but in your case, if you don't have any project, you can simply click here, give the name, and you can create. When you will create, you will come back here and you will find all the details about the project, and you can see what are the wallets or what are the options are there. So I'll simply copy the project ID, and that's what I'm going to provide here. So this is the project ID, I got it. Now here you have to provide your Pinata API key and secret key, which is going to allow us to upload our images to the IPFS. So I'll simply copy this one, copy that one, and that's what I'm going to do it. I'll simply paste here, hit enter, and you will come back to the Pinata. It's a really powerful platform which allows you to upload the images to the IPFS and the data. So make sure to read about it. As a blockchain developer, you have to know about these tools. So I already have my account, so I will log in straight away. If you don't have your account, make sure to create your account, verify your email ID, and then you can log in once again. So I'll simply click on this login, and it will take me to my dashboard straight away because just now I logged in, and you will find all the files which I have uploaded. So I'll click on this API key, and you will find I have already created this API key. So I'll delete this API key because in other tutorial I showed you this key. So remove this key. I don't have any key. I can click on this new key, and here you can call whatever you want. So I'll say exchange. I'll click on this admin, and I will have all the feature, all the access of this credential. I'll click on this create, and it's going to create me my credentials. So you need the API key and the secret key. So first you have to copy that one, and that's what I have to paste here. I got it. I'm showing you this because after this tutorial, I'm going to delete that. Now you can come back here. I have to get the secret key, copy that one, and that's what I have to provide here. So I got my credential for Pinata, looks fine. Now we have to get the credential from our Supabase. It's a really powerful platform which allows you to store the data. So let's come back here, open a new tab, paste the URL, hit enter, and you will come back to the Supabase, and it's a really powerful platform. I want you to come and read about it because when you go to build a full stack application, you're going to keep the data on chain or off chain. So this kind of platform help you a lot. It's very easy to set up. So make sure to create your account, verify your account. You can also check the repository on GitHub. So I already have my account, so I will simply log in straight away. I'll click on my dashboard, and you will find that I will come back to my dashboard, and I already have this particular organization. So when you will create your account for the very first time, it will tell you to create an organization in which you can keep all the packages. If I want, I can create one more organization, but I will go with this organization. I'll click on this, and inside this I have this particular project which I have created. So I will first delete this one, because in one organization it's my free account. So in free account, in one organization, you can keep 2 projects. But if you want to go more project, you have to upgrade. But it's good to start with a project where you have 500,000 users. It's good with that. So now what I will do, I'll create a new project. So let's click on this, and let's call this crypto trading, I can call it. And you have to give your password. I got my password. Now you have to select the region of your choice. You can click here and you will find that it will recommend it automatically. So that's the one you have to pick, and you have to enable this one. Now click on this create new project, and it's going to create the project for you. Once it will be create, you will find the details about the creation, and it will take a little bit time to get fully activated and give you all the access. So just wait, it's happening. Or you can simply click here and you can copy this URL. As of now, you can copy that URL. You can come back here, and that's what you have to paste here. We got the URL. Now we have to get these 2 keys, public key and the secret role. So you can come back here. It's still happening. So you can click here and you will find it's there. I have to wait for a few seconds. Once it will complete, it will give you the details, and these menu will be get activated. You can see we got some of the credential activated. Let it be like this, and you will find the menu are already active. So come back here in the project setup, and you will find that we have this active. So it's running behind the scene. Just keep it up as it is. Come back here, and we can click on this API key, go back to the legacy, and there you will find the credentials. So first we have to get the public one, copy that one, and that's what you have to paste here. Again, I'm showing you this credential because after this tutorial, I'm going to delete that. Now you have to get the secret role, click on this reveal, copy, and paste here. And we got your credential. So this is how you can get all the credential, all the environment variables. Now every single thing is looking good, and we are ready to test our application. So what I will do, I'll simply close this one, open the packages and file, and this is the command we have to hit to start our application. So let me minimize this one. Let's bring this up, and we are in the front-end directory because that's where we have the entire front-end. Now I'll type npm run dev, hit enter, and you will find that our application is started. It's compiling. You will get the logs. You can simply copy this URL, and now we are ready to start and open our application. So come back to the browser. I'll simply close all of this existing tab. Make sure to keep this database as it is, because there we can see all the data. Let's paste the URL, hit enter, and there you will find that our application started. You can come back to the logs, and you can see it's compiling. It will take a little second. Once it will compile, and we are ready to start seeing our project. So we got that one. You can come back to the browser, and you will see the live on our browser, and here you will find the short landing page, because we have 2 landing page, big and short. So here we have this one. You will have this different menu which you can click and go back here, and you will have the network. You can add any network, that's all is there, and you can click on this connect wallet and you can connect. We have the hero section, and this is what we have. Let's click on this connect wallet, and I'll click on this injected MetaMask, and it's going to open the MetaMask for me. I'll select this one, connect, and you will find that I'm connected successfully. You can click here and you will find the details and the font, that's all is there. Copy, and you can copy that one. Now you can come back to the explore, and you will go back to the token. You will find we don't have any data. It's absolutely empty because no one have created the token, or no token we have in the exchange. Every single thing is empty. If you come back here, go back to the pool, you will find that there is nothing in here. We have not created any pool. You can go back to the transaction history, and you will find every single thing is empty. We don't have any transaction history. Just wait, let it be loading, and you will find we don't have anything. You can come back to the shop. Every single thing is empty. So click on this shop. Here we have this shop page. There you will find all the details about the shop page, and there is no transaction, no pools, nothing here. You can click here, and we have no token as well. So these are the default token we are providing. No token we have. If you want to import any token, you can import that. So we're going to create a couple of token. If you come back to the liquidity, we have absolutely empty liquidity right up here. So you can come back here, you can see it's empty. If you want to create a liquidity, you can click here, and you will come back to the liquidity page. You can select the token pair, and you can simply select the other token pair, and you can create the liquidity. So we don't have any token to create a liquidity, but we're going to do that. Let's come back to the token launch, and you can launch your token from here. And that's what we're going to do first. First, we're going to launch the token. After that, we're going to create the liquidity. If you come back to the dashboard, there you will find that every single thing is empty. We don't have any data. All the thing is empty. Swap, position, router, that's all is there. Go back to the token, swap. liquidity, pools, activity, that's all is there. Come back to the documentation, there you will find the details about the entire project, and user can simply call this function to interact with our application, to interact with our contract we have deployed. You can see the models, you can see the integration guides, that's all is there. You can go back to the SDK, that's all is there. If you come back to the network and addresses, so yeah, as we have deployed to test network, that's the network configuration you can add. You can see this is the addresses we have for our contracts for the exchange. We have the router. If you go back here in the factories, you can see this is the router and the function we have in the contract. If you go back to the factories, there you will find the factories and the models and the addresses. If you go back to the token factory, and you can go back to the decentralized pair we have and how we are performing the trade, that's all you will find. So every single thing is looking good. We can able to run the project, and we have the FAQ section where we are providing all the details. Now, first thing we have to do is to create the token. Come back here in the launch, and here we have to create the token. So let's try to create the token first. So I'll simply click on this, and let's click on this, and I'll come back to my desktop, and I have given you already a couple of images. So let's come back to the front end, and inside the public folder you have this tokens. So let's create the USDT first stablecoin, because when you will deploy to other networks like Polygon, Ethereum, there you will have the addresses of the stablecoin, and that's what you can simply paste here in the project. So let's call this USDC, and I can simply call this USDC, and I want to go with 1 million supply, and this much money I have to pay, and it's going to be a 6 decimal point because it's a stable coin. Let's click on this, and it's going to perform 2 transactions. First, I'm going to pay the commission. You can see we are paying. Once we're done with that, now it's going to simply create the token, and you will find that we are passing the details. Let's click on this confirm, and soon you will get the confirmation, and the token would be added to our exchange. So here we got that, and you can see we got the fail message because we made one small mistake. So we can come back here, and we have to activate the schema. You can come back here, and this is the schema we have to activate. So you can simply copy this one, and that's what you can come back here and go back to the SQL editor, and here we have to activate our database. So simply copy. That's what we got it. Now all we have to do is to simply click on this run, and click on this run this query, and you will find that it will be run success, and finally our schema is uploaded. Now we can create our token. So come back here, and I can simply give a quick reload. You will find if I go back to the, let's say, explore, go back to the token, you will find that I don't have any token at all, because the token we have created, we haven't listed that one. So come back here, let's launch the token one more time. So come back to the liquid launch, and let me upload my token. So first you have to update the schema model, then you have to create any document, any data. So type it's a USDC. Got it? Now we can simply copy that one, and that's what we have to provide. We got it, it's a 6 decimal point. Let's click on this deploy token, and you will find that it's creating. We are paying the commission. Click on this confirm, and click on this confirm, and just wait. Soon you will get the confirmation, and our token would be created successfully. So finally our token is created and added successfully. Now I want to create another token. If you want, you can view the token, or you can create another one. So let's click on this another token, and this time I have to deploy to USDC, and I'll say USDT, and say USDT, and I'll go with the decimal point is going to be the 6, and let's click on this deploy token, making the call. Click on this confirm, and click on this confirm, and soon you will get the confirmation, and the token would be deployed successfully. So we got the token. Now if you want, you can view, or you can create another one. Let's create another one. So I have this token, I'll call this Ethereum, but we already have the native currency. Let's call this Ethereum. I'll say ETH, or I want to go with, let's say, something like 99. It's going to be 18 decimal point. Let's click on this deploy, and here we have it. Let's click on this confirm, and let's click on this confirm, and the token is deployed successfully. Soon you will get the confirmation, and it will be added. So we got the confirmation. Now I want to create one more, and this will be the blockchain coder. It would be TBC, and I have to add the image. So I already have my token image, which is this one. It's added, and I want to go with, let's say, 5 million supply. Let's click on this, and let's click on this confirm. Click on this confirm, and you will find the token is created successfully. Soon it will be deployed, and here we have it. Now you can come back to the view token details, and you can view on the explorer. Obviously we don't have the explorer, but it will automatically come. If you come back here, you can view the transaction as well, but we don't have that. So now what I will do, I'll come back to my dashboard. You can see the token we have created, the active score. You can see the recent transaction I have performed. If you come back to my token, you will find these are token I have created. This is the stable coin. You can simply over it up and you can see right now we don't have any transaction in our stable coin. But when the transaction will happen, that's all is going to reflect here. If you come back to the TBC, we don't have any transaction. So this is how it will work. Now we are done with the token creation. If you come back here in the tokens, there you will find all the token we have listed in the exchange. Got it? Now what we have to do is come back here in the liquidity, because we cannot perform the swap, because first we have to create the liquidity, then user can able to perform the swap. So come back here and we can create the liquidity. So I'll simply come back here and here we have to select the pair. So I'll first select let's select this one, USDT, and this USDC and USDT. So this is the two pair. We don't have any pool. And let's click on this continue. So first I have to define the price. So I'll go with 1, because 1 USDT is equal to 1 because it's a stable coin, and I want to give the quantity. So I'll go with 500. Perfect. So I want to deposit 500, or I can go to, let's say, 5,000 USDT and USD. You can see pool share is 100%. That's all you will find. Percentage, the fee tier you will get. So let's click on this approve. So we have to make a couple of transactions. Let's click on this confirm. Let's click on confirm. And the last one is going to be our data. We interacted with the add liquidity model. Click on this confirm. And finally, the liquidity is added. If you give a reload, you will find the liquidity added. So if you select the same pair, you will see the liquidity is added. Or you can simply come back to the liquidity model. You will find the liquidity is there. You can open it up and you can simply revoke the liquidity or increase the liquidity. That's all you can do. So let's create a couple of pools. So I'll come back here. Now I'll want to create, let's say, ETH between USDC. This is the one pool I want to create. Let's select this one. I want to supply the, let's say, find the price. So I'll want to go with, let's say, 100 token in 1 ETH. You can define that one. So this is the one I have. I want to submit, let's say, 10 and 1000 token. Perfect. Now click on this add liquidity. Confirm. And we have added the liquidity. If you want to add more liquidity, you can click here and you can simply provide that one. You can also change the token. So for example, I want to go with, let's say, ETH to this. I can set the price. So I'll say, let's say 500 token to 1 ETH. So I'll go with, let's say, 9, and I'm going to submit this much token. Click on this approve. Confirm, confirm, and confirm. You got the point that how you can create the liquidity. So this is how we can add the liquidity. Now you can simply come here, and if you want to add more liquidity, you can do that. Definitely you can do that. So for example, I want to add the liquidity for, let me close this one. I'll select this stable coin and I want to add the liquidity between my token, and click on this and it will check there is no pool exist. I can set the price. So I want to give 10 token in one stable coin, and I want to deposit, let's say, 500 stable coin and this much token. Click on this add liquidity, click on confirm, and the liquidity added. If you come back here, you will find that we have all the liquidity which we have added. If you want, you can increase. So from here you can control and you can add the liquidity or you can remove the liquidity. So if I want to add, I can come back here. I can select the pair, whatever the pair I want to pick, and I can simply add the liquidity which I want. It's already there. So let's perform a couple of transactions. So if you come back here, you can click here and you will find the token is there. So I can simply click on this and I will first go with a stable coin. I can give the quantity. For example, I want to give 5 USDC and this much USDT I will get, because we are charging 30% fee, and you can see the slippage. That's all you will find. Or you can also control the slippage from here, but this one is standard. Now all I have to do is to simply click on this swap and the transaction is happening. Click on this confirm and the swap is completed and we have performed the transaction. In the same way, if you want to go with Ethereum, and you can simply give that, you can see we are not getting this one because this liquidity is not available. So if I go with a USDC, you will find the liquidity is available. So it's going to automatically find whether the liquidity available or not, doing all the validation. Now I'll give my 1 ETH and I will get this much stable coin. So I'll click on this swap, click on this confirm, and the swap is completed. If I come back here, if I go with, let's say I'll close this one, come back here, I'll select this and I want to give my stable coin and I want to give 3, and you can see this much the token I will get. I click on the swap and the transaction is happening. Click on this confirm, and here we have performed the swap. If you come back here in the Explorer, go back to the token, you can see the transaction which happened. So this stable coin, the USDC, had 3 transactions. If you go back to the pools, there you will find these are the pools which has most of the transaction. If you come back here in the transaction logs, there you will find the transaction happen. If I come back here in the liquidity, there you will find this is the, if you go back in the pools, there you will find all the pools we have. So we have performed one transaction. If you click here, you will find the pool details. So let's click on this. It will take you to the pool details section, and then you will find the graph. So just now we have made the transaction, the money value, the TVL value, the total lock in the contract, total swap is 1, and that's all the details you will find. So let's try to perform a couple of more transactions. So if I come back to the swap and I'll select the same one, let's go with, let's say 56, and this much I will get. Click on the swap and let's click on this confirm. The transaction is complete. Let's perform a couple of 1 and you will get, I'll get the 7. Let's click on this, click on confirm, and got it. Now if you go back to the pool, there you will find the transaction we have performed, it's went up. So through, because it's happened in the same time. You can also check in the line wise. That's all you will find. So this is how you can able to perform the trade. If you come back here in the dashboard, there you will find the entire details about the transaction which is getting performed. Total swap, active pools, created, that's all you will find. You can see the liquidity, the pools. If you go back to my token, if you go back to this one, click here and you will see all the transaction happen. The details about the token, the images, go back to the transaction, you can see the bot is there, the transaction. If you go back to the swap model, these are the swap model for the transaction. If you go back to the liquidity, this is the liquidity. This is all the pools which you have created, the addresses, the token configuration, that's all you'll find. If you come back to the activities, this is what you will get. This looks absolutely perfect. If you want, you can come back to the add pool and you can add more pool. So for example, I want to go with this and I want to go with this and I want to add more liquidity to this pool. So I want to give, let's say 45, and let's click on this. I'm adding more liquidity to my existing pool. So here I have added. Now if I go back to the liquidity, then you will find the liquidity I have added. If I want to remove the liquidity, I can do that. I can simply click on this and you can see the earning balance. I have done it. The earning we have received, that's all you can check. If you come back here, this is the dust one we have created. You will find the details about the pools. That's all is there. If I want to remove or add, I can do it. So let's come back here. Let's remove 25%. I click on this, remove liquidity, and let's click on this confirm and click on this confirm, and the liquidity is removed. In the same way, you can remove the liquidity from any one. So if I want to go with 50% removal of the liquidity, I click on this remove and click on this confirm and click on this confirm, and the liquidity is removed. So that's how you can control the liquidity. Or if you want to add more liquidity, you can come back here, pick the pair of your choice, and you can simply add the liquidity. So for example, I would go with this one. This pool doesn't exist. I click on this confirm. I can add the initial price to, let's say 1000 token, like 100 token. I want to give 5,000. Let's click on this add liquidity, click on this confirm, and the pool is added. If you come back to the liquidity, there you will find the pools we have created just now between 2 tokens. So let's click here and you can see the liquidity we have provided and the total details you will find. If you come back to the dashboard, there you will find the pools you have created, the swap, that's all is there. So every single thing is dynamic. So this is the details from this particular account. If I switch my account to other account, you will find that every single thing is empty. So if I come back here to a harder account 2, click on this connect, and you will find that all the data is going to be reflected based on the vault you have connected. So I haven't created any token from this. If I come back to the token, you will find the details about the token, which is reflecting fine. If you go back to the pools, you can see the logs, you can see the number of transactions, the TVL value, that's all you will find. All the details you will find. If you go back to the transaction, that's all you will find. If you really want to perform the swap, you can perform it because you already have the pool. So I don't have this stable coin, so I have to go with ETH, and you will see I have this much and I want to take this token. I can give my ETH and I have the liquidity available. So I can give 2 ETH and I can click on this swap. Now click on this confirm and the swap is completed and I have bought the token. If you come back here, you can see the one transaction I have done. This is the swap I have performed, the activity score, that's all is there. This is the transaction I have bought. I can come back and I can create my own token if I want. If I want to perform other swap, I can do that. If I go with, let's say USDC, I can see the balance is reflecting fine because this is what we have bought. If I want, I can go with USDC, and if I give one, okay, the liquidity is available. I can click on the swap and you will find the fund is going to reflect. Click on this confirm. Now if I select here, you will find this is there. If I come back here and if I select this one, and you can see it's going to pull out, so the liquidity is not available in this token, that's why it's empty. But if I come back here or if I pick any other token, I can simply perform the transaction. Like I can take this one, I can click on the swap, and here I have the transaction. So I hope you have understood that how you have to do the setup. Every single thing is dynamic. You can see this data, the transaction is happening. It's also reflecting the token details is there. That's all you will find about the details. You can go back to the launch. You can launch your token. You can see the balance. That's all is there. It's a really powerful project. Again, I'm telling you, if you right now you haven't created any liquidity, but you can create. You can come back here and you can select the token. I can select these 2 tokens, and right now the liquidity is available, but I can click on this continue and I can add on the existing liquidity. So I can give, let's say 24. You can see that I'm adding it. Let's click on this approve and let's click on confirm and let's click on confirm and click on this confirm, and the pool is added. The liquidity is added, the one I have created. You can see the details. That's all you will find. You can add more or you can simply remove it. So it's a really powerful project. I hope you have understood that how you can add and build your own decentralized exchange. It's 100% custom. We are using our own contract, own exchange for finding the liquidity, pools, fetching price, comparison. That's every single thing is custom. So I hope you have understood that what are the feature and functionality we have included and how every single thing would be working in this project and how you can do the setup in your system. It's very straightforward. I have already provided you the complete resource. If you haven't taken the final source code, make sure to take it and set up in your system and fast your development, and you can launch your own decentralized exchange where user can come and they can start using your trading platform where you can buy the token, create the token, and perform all the transactions. So that's the only thing I want to cover in this video. If you have any question, any doubt, do let me know in the comment section. I'll definitely try to help in that. With that, I'm ending this video. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.